Okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes to start. On va démarrer d'ici 5 minutes. Encore une fois, bienvenue à toutes et à tous. Et merci d'être si nombreuses avec nous sur Anglet pour ce cas.
And a very warm welcome to Caraïbos Surf de Nuit. A massive crowd on the beach. Night has fallen in southwest France. Some electrifying surf talent from across Europe here to put on a show. We've got some big lights plugged in, and we're looking for some big performances. Joining me, Paul Evans, to talk you all through it, is Monsieur Archie Jequin. Bonsoir, Archie.
Bonsoir, Paul. Hi, everyone. And as you can see on the screen, first real swell of the summer for that night of surfing in Anglet. So we're really lucky, and we're gonna have la crème de la crème of French surfing as well, wearing those jersey. Here's the crowd too, Paul. A lot of people on the beach.
Massive crowd on the beach. The swell has brought all kinds of people to come down here and check this thing out. As you mentioned, Archie, a massive swell really yesterday was really solid along this coast in France. And the first real big one of the season. It's been a hot summer. It's been a little bit small and windy too for people in the surf community. But we are blessed with some pretty decent looking conditions. We're at the town of Anglet, the spot known as the Club, and our jetties sculpting these sandbars and offering our teams from across Europe, featuring the first of them. Well, we got the former CT talent of Joan Deroux, and he's teaming up with Maud Lecart. A lot of talent in this team, Archie.
Yeah, they'll be surfing for a Caraïbos team. So strong team there, the yellow team.
They look happy too. They know something that we don't. I think they got something planned. What do we got here? Gatien Delahaye in Team Dakine. And he is alongside one of the outstanding up-and-coming surfers, young Tya Zebrowski Spotlight. She's not big in years, but she's already got some massive performances underneath her.
Yeah, just 11, finished 4th in the ESA World Championship in Salvador. That's the other team with Lucia Martineau. She will be teaming up with this man, Maximus, one of the top French surfers for a long time on the QS. So
flying high on the Changers is Maxime. Lucia Martino has been doing good work as well on the QS. Those two teaming up for their sponsor, Deeply. And another really stacked team. Let's check out the talent of Leti Canales from the Basque Country, Bilbao, just down the coast. Teaming up with this man, Jorgan Cousinet, absolutely outstanding at the pointy end of competition surfing in Europe for a number of years. And those two, the goofy and regular foot combination, it's going to be a potent one. Of course, it is night time. We've got some big lights illuminating the stage here. We've also got these LED on the board. Meanwhile, let's check out Anaïs Blanchard.
Yep.
And she is teaming up with this man in absolute charger. Rode probably what's one of the best paddle waves, biggest paddle barrels ever paddled into up in Osgore-les-Landes. Kylian Guérin, Team Ripco.
Yeah, last winter he went on that bomb. He really did the job, like paddling for 2 hours in big condition, and he got that massive barrel. I'm sure you can check that out.
Oh, Team Anglet. Yeah. Our buddy from the commentary team, Romain Lol, featuring the former CT talent, Popo Addo. Team Anglet representing this town right here. And they will be very proud to fly that flag for the town of Anglet out in the waters at the club, a spot they know very well indeed. Archie, we see these big rock walls, these jetties that extend, and this is literally the last bit of sandy coast before we got some big cliffs a couple hundred meters south, really, where the coast dramatically changes. And right where we are now, we're just tucked away in a place that picks up and kind of really handles these sort of medium-sized swells. It looks like pretty good conditions for a night surf this year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, looking at the condition, we are into the 4 to 5 foot range. just a bit onshore, but as we know, it's good for air. So you know, with those lights on the board and that big balloon just above those 6 surfers paddling out at the moment, because it's ladies first on that first heat pole. It's pretty much perfect condition. As you said earlier, we had like a massive swirl yesterday, pretty little bit maxing out for that spot, but today everything is spot on.
It always looks smaller at night, doesn't it? You know, maybe you get to the surf too early and it's still a bit dark and you're like, yeah, I'm not sure it's big enough, and then suddenly the sun pokes out and you go, oh, okay, it's kind of solid. Right now with the lights on it, you get a good idea. There is a bit of power out there, but beautiful images from our drone, checking up those balls just glowing. As these competitors look to use that rip, which just run out next to that jetty.
Yeah, the paddling race, the paddle out the back, probably now we got surfer in yellow and blue leading. A bit of a duck diving, they got a, you know, 5 minutes to paddle out. We'll be in the 35 minutes heat. And the best wave for each surfer counts, for each team.
Slightly different format here. Traditionally, we would count the 2 best scores, so 2 scores out of 10 gives a score out of 20 for each surfer. We're doing that for the team, so just best wave for each of these surfers out in the water right now. So the best wave that they ride in the next 35 minutes, that'll count into their total. Then we will see the men paddle out, the same format for them will give us a score out of 20 for the team. And we'll see where that puts us towards qualifications for the next round. We're sticking with the paddle out right now. We had, well, the sun dipped below the horizon. We were having just a pre-work meeting, Archie, weren't we? Just a little cold Caraïbos on the promenade there at Anglet, just taking it all in, watching the sun go down, just sampling the vibe. And it's been dark now for about 20 minutes. It does look quite dark out there, Archie. Surf at night much?
Not much, but did a couple of you know, tries during the last few decades, I'd say, but always tricky. And here they got a few things to help them out in the lineup. As we said, the big lead balloon just above, but as we can see, they can't really go too far out. You know, it's complete darkness, so they're gonna have to settle maybe for those inside ones, just to have a bit of you know, vision.
Time to find out who's been eating their carrots and who can pick out some of the choice scoring opportunities here at Anglet, the spot known as Club, and a historic location in surfing throughout the years. Been an absolute fixture in European surfing for a number of reasons. Think back to CT competition at one point. It was split between here and Mundaka. They had kind of double duty on that event, and a ton of surfing history here, a ton of surfing talent too. Really cool to see surfers from this very town right here competing in this one. And at the moment, we are underway here. 35 on the clock, 30 of those gone, and a paddle already. This looks like Lucia Martino out of Gijón in Spain. She drives off the bottom team deeply. She's teaming up with Maxime Houssaneau, who has been on an absolute tear the last couple of years at the QS at the Challengers. Martino as well, been putting in good performances herself. She'll bring this one through with multiple maneuvers. And that one will gargle a little dry on the sand. Doesn't get the finish. That'll feel good to kick things off, Arch.
Yeah, definitely to get wax in the feet in the wax and get a first wave. Will only count the best wave of each surfer as a, you know, number for the team. Different angle on that first wave. Nice foam climb, and then just working well there. Try to find the pocket, and then unfortunately, as you said, getting a little bit unstuck for, I think it's Maud Le Car, or
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I got confused by the lights. The Jersey classic commentator error. Maud Le Car slicing and dicing on that one. Team Caraïbos teaming up, of course, with Duru. Momo Le Car. First blood drawn for her. A bunch of maneuvers as she shrouded that one to the beach. I wonder if it feels faster. You know, when you're a kid and you're sort of running at night, it always felt like you're going a bit quicker. I wonder if it feels like you're surfing faster.
Definitely, it will be a, you know, changing experience, you know. I think the most difficult part will be making the drop. You know, it's kind of dropping into a dark hole. I think when you're up on your feet, then it gets easier.
Have we got different colour LEDs from the jersey? Is that what's foxed me? Is that what's done me there? There we go. There's just a little spanner in the works. So the lights of the board aren't necessarily coordinated with the lights on the jersey. Let's pick up a paddle here from above, as that one would just slip underneath and go a little fat, so unable to capitalise on that. Maud Lecart, a series of quick turn stuff from her on the right-hander. Meanwhile, this is Lucia Martino, and here she is. And a little more coordination from the LED lights and the jersey from Lucia. Unable really to connect with that one. You see the contrast between Maud's wave, where she got this multiple turns, managed to kind of juice out a bit of a bumpy wave. And Lucia there just left a little high on that one as it went soft. She'll look to make her way out the back. Pretty warm midsummer, actually. It's been a hot one. Water's pretty good, though. What are we thinking, 23, 24?
Oh, yeah, at least. I mean, it's been the hottest summer ever in south of France. We've been trunking it all summer, and we had those temperature in the high 30s, even 40s. So the water is super warm. It's like nearly tropical. I mean, the girls are wearing a wetsuit, but you could trunk it easy.
A long, hot summer. It's not been a great one for surfers. That all changed about 48 hours ago. A big swell booming in out of the North Atlantic. Really solid yesterday. Conditions came together well to make our call. Pretty easy call to go tonight. Highly contestable conditions around about that head-high range. A couple of bigger sets as well. The good thing about having these jetties, just break up these sandbars, give us a little bit of consistency. That rip that'll run out, just kind of break this up. And these long lines of swell that are marching in, offering some very shreddable banks.
Paulinado was looking at a bit of a set wave, but one thing we gotta mention, Paul, it's we've been having that long period swell, so it's important that they're gonna get some sets, but they're long lows.
Yeah, the beach breaks in southwest France, they don't love a long period swell as a general rule. When it doesn't get up, you do tend to get a lot of straightness in the swell, get the big rips going north to south as well. Certainly it's what we saw yesterday. Today we've seen some really fun waves in the warm-up as well, and a bunch of peaks up and down here. Anglet, series of jetties, runs for a couple of Ks up towards the river mouth of the Ardour, which pretty much separates the Basque Country from Les Landes. Loads and loads of good surf spots. Generally, thinking low to mid-tide, broadly speaking, is kind of the time for this part of the world. Yeah. Rights, lefts, some barrels, some turns, waves, all sorts. If you're thinking about a surf trip, you want to go surf some French beaches.
On most spots,
check
definitely.
Out
yeah, definitely, like mid-tide, and we are in the, as you said, mid-tide, and look at the crowd. Oh.
Martino with a third wave from her, so she's bang up for this. She's caught a ton of waves. Look at that crowd, man. That is absolutely massive. We were on the promenade a little before, just a lot of humans down here for this, a lot of excitement, but barely an inch of sand there, and that is a big, big crowd for getting up towards close to 10:30 on a Sunday evening.
Anglet is a surfing town. I mean, like, people are, looking for to contest surfing, and there's a lot of fans. A lot of fans were here also earlier on. There's the guys and girls from the WQS. There's going to be a big contest during the week, so it's building up.
I was going to ask you actually, what is it that you love about Anglet the most, Arch? I know you're a big fan. You're based a little bit up the coast, but you get down there any time you can. Why do you love it so much?
The boardwalk, Paul. Boardwalk, gives you a little bit of a...
We don't get that.
No. We got the dunes,
yeah.
Or dunes. So, it's a nice little bit of a urban scene to the surfing here, as we got young Tya. A good-looking wave for Paulinado. Nice car there. And
massive.
Yeah.
Big combo for Popo. Big shout from the crowd as well. We heard that through our bins. Big noise from the crowd. A couple of big hammers for Ado. I reckon that's big numbers coming her way. Martino. There she goes. Slicing that wave with a little trundly, a little deepness on it. But you see the combo there that Pauline was able to do. And she's been eyeing up that section for a little while. We've seen her paddle into a couple, decide not to go. She saw that one unleashed.
Yeah, definitely the best wave of the heat so far. Unless Lady goes big on the inside, working well onto that last section, little over the top there, and nice finish. But definitely Pauline, the experienced Anglet surfer, you know, taking the lead in that first heat. 35 minutes for the 6 women, and we'll be going to the beach with Caroline Saran, along with Joanne de Rue. À toi, Carole.
Hello, Joanne. How do you feel about Maud first wave? She opened the heat. Staff condition. Did you make a strategy with her before going in the water as a team?
No, we have enough pressure for the contest. It's just more fun. Just fun and just surf.
Okay. Do you think she's gonna make it through with the best scores out there? And because it's a bit hard condition, but she likes to go around and paddle hard, so I'm sure she's gonna find a few ways. What do you think?
Yeah, she loves to do her little river, so hope she can make it.
Okay, so we will look at her and hope she's gonna find a good score till the end of the day.
Merci, Joanne. Merci, Caro. And a little word in the shell of Team Caraïbos, Joanne de Rue, who's teaming up with Mudlaka. Opened up with a right-hander early on. Numbers coming in for Ado. Decent. Gets a good number, 5.83. Remember, you're not looking at combined score. This is just best wave. It's a very simple format to understand. I think this might catch on, Archie.
Yeah.
Is surfing going to switch to best one wave? I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Gonna have the ooh, that was Tya doing probably just before the interview, just making the best of that the right, and then that first turn, and she made sure she was gonna connect onto that nice re-entry. So definitely the best scoring wave for Pauline. Bit of action, flurry in this.
Yeah, I love the point of difference on the backhand from Letty here. She looks very controlled. You see some of our surfers on the forehand kind of scratching a little bit at some of these softer faces. Very composed there from Letty on the backhand, using the rail a lot more. Bang. Nice hit off the top. And looking to blow up on an inside. It's our youngest surfer in the event by a long, long way. How much do you know about young Tya Zebrowski?
Well, she's born locally. She's only 11, and the daughter of 2 talented snowboarders. She's been putting a lot of time in her surfing, and it's starting to pay off. She's in the Pro Junior on the European Tour. She's doing the WQSs, and everyone looking at her surfing, so it's way more mature than her 11-year-old, and she's really the future of French surfing. So remember that name.
Little run around here. Yeah. She's elected to get up next to that jetty and use that to try and paddle out. As we see Anaïs Blanchard. And a little speculative read from her. Couldn't really find a section. Yeah. We got some few mushy bits. It's all about finding the steep sections. Exactly what Ado did, and that's exactly why the judges open up the scale.
Yeah, and there's another factor here. It's the the localization of that light bubble. They got to use that light to see the wave, so they can't really paddle out and get the best or the biggest set wave. So that's another with the tide, the rip, the left or right. They gotta be under that bulb.
How are we lighting the line up here? What's happening? You mentioned balloons. What's it all about, Arch? How does it work?
You can see it there, Paul. It's big lead just hanging right above the surfer. So as I said, there's those little points to the right of your screen. So they can't go too far out. Oh, it's complete darkness. There's no full moon today, and we got a good-looking wave there for Lucia Martino. Unfortunately, a bit behind the section, Paul.
Imagine having one of those balloons just in your garage, ready for the day of days at the local break, and just bust that out at your local spot and light it up for you and a couple of mates.
Might be the future. Yeah.
It's essentially what we're doing down here at Anglet. The Caraïbos surf de Nuit And here we go, in live action, Maud Lecart. Joanne Duru want to see her bust out the reverse. Let's see if she can. Bang!
Yeah,
Hammer off the lip. Nice spray, nice aggression. Maud Lecart, precision surfing from her. She finishes off that ride.
I like the action glow because you can really see the rail work. You know, she really put the effort of, you know, banging that, you know, that lip. That's, you know, quite incredible. The light contrast, you know, the scene. It's something maybe for the future, as you said, Paul. You know, maybe get a little bit more balloons, but definitely something to think about.
Beautiful scenes here as our drone pilot picks up the view at the spot known as Club, just to the south of us. We have the VVF before the cliffs, the big lighthouse, and the coast bends round to Biarritz. And it really is a beautiful part of the world any time of year, midsummer. Well, a lot of humans enjoying the beach scene, the ocean, all of the good festivities that go on here, of course, August in France. Traditionally, it's the time where we have our fêtes, well,
yeah,
July as well, particularly in this part of the world, and looking to make some fun on this wave here. Maud Lecart, a good finish from Maud.
Yeah, I like that finish. It's gonna probably not be. It's gonna increase probably 2.67, but not reach the 5.83 of current heat leader Paulinado with 21 minutes remaining, Paul. But you know they're doing, you know, entertaining the crowd. We can hear from the commentary booth the crowd going mad on certain moves.
Martino just arriving a little late to clock that section. Judges will be a little stingy with points there. Interesting to see that little interview from Caroline with Joanne Duru, just mentioning no pressure. It's just a kind of a fun one. They always take it seriously. As soon as the Rashi comes on, they talk about having fun. As soon as the Rashi comes on, it's serious and it's game faces.
Yeah, especially with the experienced surfer, they want to show the younger competitor how it's done, and as we said earlier on, they'll probably be in heats against each other later this week. So it's always, you know, mind game, and even winning the Caribbean night surfing, you know, can be boost your confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. A really fun event, a historic one too. There's been night surfing here going back, well, a couple of decades, really. It's really been an important chapter in European surfing. As we check out Martino, quick hit on the backhand from her. It does feel like those kind of conditions with a little slope on the face where the backhand is a decent option. Will allow you to get that a little bit steeper with the turns. Let's check out the backhand here of Leti Canales as she'll go down. And she has been an outstanding surfer for a couple of years. Struggled a little bit with injury as Leti in the European circuit, and she's had some time out of the water. She's been doing a lot of training to come back strong. The technique looks really, really sharp from what we've seen. Let's see how she can go in the remaining 19 or so of this heat. Like a nice Blanchard, unable to really tee off on that wave there. And I'm just thinking, your general read on waves, you paddle into a wave in normal daylight, and you kind of see, you look at the section you're on, but you're always kind of looking down the line. I guess that's kind of taken away a little bit, and there'll be a certain element of just surfing by feel, actually.
Definitely. Even before the surfing, when the wave comes at you, you don't know how hollow it is, or when
it's kind of just popping up out of complete blackness here.
Yeah.
We're lit up on the inside, but out the back, they can't really see the bend on the swell.
So yeah, it's placing will be key, and Paulinado, with all her experience and local knowledge, is leading that heat. We had also a good wave from Maud Lecart above the 4-point range, so definitely the veteran are leading the way, but you know, difficult. It's, you know, on normal condition you have to deal with tides, current, you know, placement, but there it's hard to see the wave, especially with that balloon on the inside. They really, it's more instinct surfing.
Ado leading this one at the moment, just the one score for each surfer, which gives a combined score for the team. Women out in the water right now. Ado leading that charge. Been doing training with the French team. She's been a fixture in for a number of years, been trying to get back in the championship tour as well. And doing good work in the QS. And we'll be looking forward to the night surf and competing in her hometown later in the week as well. And the QS fires up in Anglet, so we'll check out a quick in and out. But just the number of people down here and the energy. We got DJ spinning tunes up on the promenade there, and they're pretty much every bit of sand absolutely lined with human beings. Letty Canales here. She'll look for another maneuver, and that section just kind of rolled away from her a little bit. She's really looking for one of those combinations. The difference we've seen so far, that Pauline was able to do those 2 turns, and the second one was a little more vicious than the first. That's what Letty was looking for there. She was desperate for the section to stand up. Didn't happen for her, but still just under 17 to go.
Yeah, and Maud Lequin with that single turn, she waited for that inside and really hammered that inside section coming at her with a 4.3. So again, good strategy. As probably had a talk with Joanne and analyzing the lineup. Points are on the inside.
Archie, you're a big juice guy. What's your fave Caraïbos flavor? I know. Well, I know you're a big pina colada guy, but I'm just talking the kind of the one fruit flavors. What are you into?
Before my answer will go on the page.
Surf World, wait to find out what Archie's favorite flavor Caraïbos is. We're going to hear from Caroline Sarret. Well, we'll try and join Caroline shortly. At the moment, well, we are looking at Kylian Guérin there, and he's just checking out his body. He looks happy. He seems very relaxed indeed. And he is looking forward to getting out there in just over 15 minutes' time. The women out in the water right now, the best of it, Ado. As we'll check out live action here, Blanchard with a little late drop. Doesn't connect onto the bottom turn. She had a couple like that. Hasn't really been able to thread in the pocket thus far.
That illustrated exactly, you know, when you're taking off on daylight, you know when you have to stand up on the board. But that right there, she couldn't know where the wave was forming. Was it like steep or mellow? Did she have like an extra second to stand up? No, it was she was already on a late takeoff.
I will need your favourite Caraïbos, mate. The surf world's waiting on tenterhooks to find out. Yeah, what are you into?
I love the strawberry.
It's classic. Classic.
I love my strawberries. And what about you, Paul? And you're not allowed to say pina colada.
I like the mojito.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
And Tya on a good-looking wave. There's potential there if the walls steepens, but unfortunately for young Tya, no scoring potential. But she's already sitting on the 4-point.
Let's go down to Caro with Kylian Guérin.
Yeah, we are here with Kylian Guérin, Team Rip Curl with Anaïs Blanchard who's in the water. Kylian, it's not the first time you compete out here during the Surf de Nuit. What do you think of the condition? Are you happy to be here?
Yeah, I'm super stoked to be here. It's like fully packed on the beach, so there's a really good vibe, a lot of people, some fun waves out there. It's not so cold also, so yeah, I think so. It should be a good night.
Can you tell us about the equipment? Explain to the people watching how you're doing with the board, how it's done with the lights on the board.
Yeah, so well, I got a normal board. I just give it to the guys from Action Glow like a few weeks ago, and they put on some LEDs. I think so. You said like that in English. I'm French, so I try to do the English word. But yeah, they put on some LEDs, so it makes like the people like see us better, and also we can see a bit better on the wave. And makes it cool also, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's the vibe of the surf night, so it's gonna be cool.
Cool, I'll let you go watch Anaïs, and good luck for your hit. Bye.
All right, thanks, Caro. Great looking board there. And looks like we've got a party wave as we see Letty Canales in front. Behind her, it's Maud Lequin, and these two shredding down to the inside. A little crossover there. Letty's gonna keep it going.
Good spirit there, Paul. It's fun. It's all about, getting some fun in the water and surfing for the team and the crowd. It's and Kilian always positive. I like that kid from Horsegård. He's been competing for a number of years on the tour. He took a break in Indo during the month of July. There were no contests, and he's got a video, Wild Dreams, so that'll be soon on his YouTube page, but definitely also a kid to watch in the coming years.
Absolute charger as well. Loves the juicy stuff. Some big progressive turns as well. Looking forward to seeing him surf what he can do out here. A stacked field of talents will pick up action of our surfers, just kind of clawing their way out the back there. That's Maud Lecoq and Letty Canales getting a couple of ways on the head. Great vision of duck really diving, and really interesting to see what
really
happens.
Futuristic,
yeah.
like feel to it. It's looks nearly unreal, but definitely, you know, good thing. That glow above and that glow on the boards make it easier for the surfer, but not an easy task, as we can see. And we got Johan looking at his equipment. He's ready.
Team Caraïbos, Duru, partnering up with Maud Lecoq. He's got
a bit of the same haircut as you, Paul. Huh?
Yeah, he's had a go. Yeah, he's making an effort. Yeah. What do we got here? This is Anaïs Blanchard.
Yeah,
Team Ripco, a couple of quick hits from her, better stuff. She slices that one a couple of times. That bright green glowing in the darkness down here in Anglet. Waiting for numbers for Anaïs to come through. That top score counting for our surfers. Let's see where it puts them. Obviously, this is only one half of the team as well. We've got the men to paddle out shortly after this. And then that'll give us an overall position, a combined score out of 20. But for ways to pack in a bit of punch, you can see there, they're not huge, but you know, it takes a little bit of exertion to paddle back out arch. Maybe paddling out's tougher at night too.
Yeah, and as before, you got to time things differently. You got the duck dive, you know, when the foam is coming at you. So any mistake in placing, it could cost you. So where on the daylight it'll take you probably 5 minutes to go back out, there it's taking you a little bit more, and the boys are gearing up. Good vibe in the tent.
You know something's up because they never look so relaxed and happy and pleased to see each other before a heat. Normally it's headphones on, it's serious, it's game faces, and they're just having a bit of a giggle. Garin just bopping Cousinet over the head there with the carbon surfboard, and it's all funny. And they're all light-hearted and enjoying themselves here. Night surfing on Anglet. It's been a fixture on the European scene for a number of years. Tell you what, hasn't been the same over the years. Performances, as we see the relentless progression of the sport. Can't wait to see what these guys do when they come up in just over 9 minutes time. Martino, heavy off the bottom, doesn't get a top turn done. She'll reset out the back. And down into the final 9 minutes now. Still Pauline Nadeau in the lead. Maud Lecoq in second place. But you're just thinking about the spread of scores and what their male partners might be able to sort of achieve in terms of numbers as well. And you just want to get, obviously, sounds obvious, but as high a score as you can at this stage of competition, Arch.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe a little bit a word of advice from the girl when they paddle in.
It's quite encouraging to see Jordan Cousinet struggling with the little stringy thing. Arch, any secrets for getting the little stringy thing? Do you use the fin key? What do you use? Sometimes they seem like they're getting smaller. You know, like people say chocolate bars are getting smaller now than they were in the 80s. What, do you reckon the leash plugs are actually a smaller hole to thread your string through?
I think you're right. I remember back in the days they had like the big glass on where it was easy to put your little cord, but now it's a bit of a struggle. You know, I use my tools that I got in the garage, key fins. You know, they work definitely. Tya making her way back to the lineup. She's got another 7 minutes and 40 seconds to improve on a 4-point. Keep in mind, only 11, so there she's really, she's like probably 2 or 3 heads smaller than the other girls. But managing to find that inside section, nice turn. A second good one, see how she finishes that wave, but unfortunately just dying down inside the...
Oh, Maud Le Car, Boomtown, smashing. The fins out, busted loose. A little too loose, doesn't get the completion. But love it from Le Car. A trademark turn from her. She loves to hit that section. Loves to release the tail. She'll be looking for more sections like that. She's got just over 7 minutes to find one. Here's a nice touch arch.
Yeah, that was like a few minutes ago. They rode that waves to the beach, trying to cross. Difficult thing to do on a small wave, difficult thing to do when it's night and dark. But the crowd, it looks like the crowd is just growing bigger by the minute. It's not going to be any room on the beach by the time the men hit the water. Joanne Duru will be wearing that yellow Caraïbos jersey. Maillot jaune.
Leading the tour.
Yeah. It's full gear up. I was thinking, you know, France will be probably one of the only place in the world where you can play with lights in the water at dark. You know, you were in J-Bay not so long ago, doing that with the kind of natural and...
Mate, I was scared at lunchtime. I paddled out. Yeah, I was really scared at midday.
Yeah. Track the big fishes. But no such risk around the Anglet or French shores. Sorry.
So men's getting ready, just over 5 minutes before we see them at the moment. Ado, Le Car, Zebrowski leading this one for the women. Real cool to see our teams and how they've set up with participation from the men and the women, making up our teams at the moment. Team Anglet, represented by Ado, but live action here from Team Caraïbos. Maud Le Car has been busy in this heat. Nice wave from her, couple of hits, bang for the finish. And she likes it. A little hair flick as well. Good stuff from Maud Le Car.
Yeah, entertaining the crowd. She's gonna paddle back out. She's got another 5 minutes, but it's all about the show tonight, Paul. So everyone is enjoying the surfing, the girls, the crowd. And the swell is with us. That's one thing I keep repeating, but we had a lack of swell for the last 2 months, so it's, you know, it's generous, those generous lines coming into the Bay of Biscay and coming to the shore of Anglet, as we see that late takeoff again from Maud Le Car, showing how difficult you know, that takeoff is to be made, trying to, you know, hit the lip a bit better on that little front side, and a good finish from Maud, and that hair flick. Do you like, Paul?
You mentioned it's been flat for a while in France. Arch, what have you been getting up to, mate? You've been just catching up, reading. I know you like your history. You've been reading some books, watching some documentaries. What have you been doing, mate?
I love the reading, then the siesta, then after the siesta, the reading.
Yeah.
Bit of longboard.
Okay.
No, and in terms of reading, I think, you know, we were talking about the French coast, and I've been really into the Second World War reading, and about, you know, the history of,
Great topic.
you know, yeah, and
bit of dadmin. Been doing any dadmin?
Dadmin. What do you mean?
I mean, it's admin for dads. You know, just sort of stuff you have to do. take this to the post office, pick
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing up from the hardware store. Admin.
Yeah,
Come on, mate.
exactly.
Whoa,
Whoa,
Letty,
that-
ripping.
Yeah, that could be the turn of the heat. We'll have this in replay in a few short seconds.
She
But
looks fast
Yep.
and sharp.
probably took the girls, like time to adapt to the condition. But that was like really good turn, even on daylight. I'll be happy to do that on daylight.
Letty, some sharp backhand tools. Little debrief there about the technology as the boys get strapped in, locked and loaded. 2:20 on the clock. Young Tya Zebrowski, as we will admire vertical backhand work. Textbook stuff there from Letty Canales. Really, really nice. Let's see where that puts up. Oh, she's nudged up 487. Ado 683 still feels huge in the context of this. I don't think we've seen Popo ride another wave since then, Archie.
No. She's been quiet.
She's not been doing any dadmin, has she? She's just been sitting there.
Yeah, she's been bossing the lineup, 6.83. So here are the guys getting ready, night photo with Laurent Mazurel, probably one of the top photographer here in Anglet on WSL2. Little shout out to the old boys.
Low.
Yeah.
All right, getting ready to take to the water. It's our men's division, which will make up the other half of these teams. They've been out there for 35 minutes, shrouding it up at the spot known as Le Club. That's the non-linguist amongst you, it's the club.
Surf club.
Yeah. We're in Anglet, we're in southwest France. Guess what? It's night time, but that doesn't stop us having a good time. We've lit the place up. We've got floodlights on the jetty, on the deck. We've got balloons floating above the lineup, lighting the place up. We've got lights on the beach too, with a massive crowd really enjoying a colourful scene, excitement, music going on as well. Bit of drinking, all that sort of good stuff happening as well on the beach. As we check out Lucia Martino, the Spaniard from Asturias, down the coast, further down in the Gulf of Gus, going backhand attack from Canales. A little sticky on that particular wave. Yeah, it looks like
Paul, we're about two weeks away from la rentrée, which means reopening of school, university. So
my
it's
two favourite words in the world. Say it again.
Yeah, get the kids back to school. But tonight they're not at school, they're not at uni, they're on the beach of Anglet because it's one of the big gathering at the end of the summer.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of, it's not I don't love them, I just love them more when they're at school.
And you get to go surfing.
All right, that's going to wrap things up, and a really fun opening heat for the women. Pauline Ado, guess what? No real surprises there. The local legend, the former ripper with a load of CT pedigree, Pauline Ado. Big number, locked in, massive combo, 683 for her. As we see the bright lights of the boys cutting their way through the crowd. Maud Lecart surfed pretty well, rode a ton of waves, and big smile on her doll as ever. Let's see what the boys can do.
Yeah, they probably watched the girls with their experience. They probably spotted the good section, so we're gonna hopefully get some good action from the boys, and it was a pleasure to see those 6 ladies with Pauline Ado finishing on top. And that crowd is just amazing. They had to walk through hundreds of people. Now they're just switching, same team, different surfers, 6 guys in the water pool, another 35 minutes heat, and now we'll count again the best scoring to see who's gonna make the final.
A serious chopped off tail there for Maxime. Interesting to see exactly what board they've chosen to ride, but rather than get board specially made, interesting insight from Kylian Garrett, just their favourite board, and then they've sort of handed that over to the team in the light shop, who've added the bells and the whistles and the glitter and all of that stuff. A little switch device goes in the tail from Action Glow, and then LED lighting, a strip of lights running down the rails all the way up to the nose of the board.
Do you reckon, you know, any headlamp will help? You know, like when they're using those headlamps, the divers, or guys who explore caves.
Isn't there a crew of people? I did see a clip. I think Dylan Gray's one of his clips about guys that surf at night with headlamps on. The only thing is, when you look at someone else, you just blind them, right? Unless you dim it to the red head torch, but the white light is pretty harsh when you get it right in the eyeballs. Who's going to win the paddle out? Who's your money on?
Yeah, Gatien looks good, but Johan is quite a paddler. And we got a recap of the top wave. That was the opening wave of Paulinado, making sure she finishes well her ride. Then we had Letty, sorry. And then she went really vertical there, earning her, score just above 5. That was Maud Lecar, early days in the heat, really hitting that lip, as you said. That really trade the mark re-entry from Maud.
Yeah, she kind of made that. She kind of hustled that section. There wasn't a lot on that wave, and she did all the work with the board speed herself, and just kind of forced herself on that. I really like the aggression from Maud. She's the smiling assassin. Good enough for 3rd position thus far in the opening exchanges. So Anglet in the lead, and Romain Lollet, who has multiple roles, a very talented guy, of course, former pro surfer. His main role now as a coach. He'll be part of our broadcast team when we fire up the qualifying series event this coming week.
Did he won the Anglet Pro back in the days? I think he had a win here on the QS. We'll have to check that out. But definitely, best surfer, French surfer at the moment, either on the Pro Junior, the QS, or the run to the Challenger qualification. We've got the top guys with fairly good condition. Paul, we're lucky to have that squirrel coming to the shores of Anglet. They're set, they're all at the back. So
unless my eyes are deceiving me, I can only see 5 surfers. Arch, what's happening? Who's missing?
I don't know. Where's Killian?
Someone's battery run out.
Yeah.
Cousinet up on a left, bang! Hammer time from him. Big hit on the backhand again. Fires up the Jorgan.
Yeah, typical Jorgan energy and vertical surfing. So who are we missing?
No, that's him. There's the other 5.
Yeah.
Jorgen's on the inside. Let's get another look here. Cousinet, the Reunion Islander, based in Capital for a number of years. And no slouch in these kind of conditions. Just pushing hard, Archie.
Yeah, money turn there for Jorgan, and making sure he's finishing with an exclamation mark. Pretty happy with himself on that first wave, and who wouldn't be?
Yeah. A real kind of elastic sort of surfer. He's got that style. When he's in full flow, he kind of blends power with that elasticity. He just manages to crank a couple of extra notches in terms of the board speed out of those DHDs. Cousinet, a relatively modest 3 for 3 turns. I thought maybe a touch stingy there. Looking for big things as our panel. Duroux looking at the left. And splitting the peak is Husseneau. Let's stick with him. It's a soft wave, not a great choice for Maxime. Looks like he's on groveler type of equipment. Looks like a real flat exit rocker. We'll pick up drone vision. And check out Duroux having a scratch onto a left.
Yeah. So Jorgan going left. So he said maybe some potential, and that's. He said to Maud, try those reverse. That's exactly what he's doing. And first indication on that 3-point from Jorgan, maybe the judges, they want to see more, and people taking to the air.
Picking up the reverse, Gatien Delay, whose signature turn really is the backside air reverse. That one, not loads of air in it, but certainly had a reverse to it, just flicking down out the lip. Meanwhile, Guerin, sharp on the rail as he swings around in the pocket, nice and crisp. Has a little look over his shoulder, sees Cousinet, and shows him a clean set of heels. Don't think we're running priority or anything like that, but nevertheless, we do love a paddle battle, Arch.
Yeah, yeah, and they're at it.
Did you catch the Nathan Hedge paddle battle at Chopu?
No, no, but I heard about it, and anyway. Huh?
Miguel Pupo, love a paddle battle.
Oh yeah, I'm sure AG was keen for a paddle battle, and it was good to see the veteran back in full form on the WCT and making quite a good result at Chopo.
The quarters sets pick up live as we see Romain Lollet with not a great looking section from him in a quick in and out. Good flick though from Delay, who's flying high in the Challenger Series, got a solid result down there in Belito, South Africa. Kicked things off back in early July, put himself in good stead, and everyone that's got a decent result on the Challenger Series, they'll be disappointed in the fact they won't be surfing in the Quick Pro France, but do you know what that means? That means if you've already got points on the board, it means less chance for other surfers to come at you. Let's see where we end up and which of these surfers can put their names in the ring for the CT. Lollet just kind of flicks one, a nice little lazy air, little credit card, sort of height to it, but very smoothly done, and the crowd, they love that.
Yeah, that good control from Romain Lollet. It's good to see him in the water, because lately it's been coaching all the top and upcoming French surfer. He's having a paddling back out, probably to use the rip of the jet. Yeah, ooh! Bit of a rotation there and complete, unfortunately.
Jorgan just flicking one above the lip. Just didn't quite have the speed to carry that off. You can just see a touch of onshore, which is a little handy in terms of that air wind, particularly into those lefts. Slight northwest energy. Meanwhile, as we see, slashing hard here, but going down Delay, unable to get the finish right there. Let's check out Duru. He's got some speed. What's he going to do with it, Arch? Bang!
Wow! He was eyeing that section pole. He knew he could go big, and he tried. Unfortunately, not really completing that rotation. See that rail digging just on the landing. And again, we see how hard it is to select the right positioning. You're going to be paddling on the wave, and all of a sudden it's already too steep. So difficult condition. And when it's hard for them, let me tell you, it will be really mission impossible for a normal surfer.
Lollet on the replay. Let's see what he got done here, Archie.
Yeah, he dodged one surfer and also that boyo, and I like the control, the rotation. It's not gonna be a big score. I'm sure he can do much better than this, but still, it's a score on the board.
Romain Lollet representing Anglet alongside Pauline Nadeau, who made the best of it in the women's heat prior to this one. Husano having a little look at smaller wave there. Thought he was going to get a little double up. Doesn't happen for him, illustrating your point exactly. Can't really see what's happening out the back. A little ollie to reverse there from Delay. And a little tap of a roof ride of a floater.
Yeah.
What's he doing? He's grabbing the balloon. Don't do that, mate. You pull the whole thing down. Don't pull the plug out. Garcia, no.
No, might get like a electric shock as well. We don't want to lose Garcia, but that was like good surfing from Garcia. Good combination of two turns. 4.3 for his first ride. 4 for Romain Lollet control. Mini air, Jorgan Cousinet with 3 points. Unfortunately, Johan picking up a good wave, but not completing his turns.
He looks light on his feet, doesn't he, Gatien? Looks really, really loose. The equipment working well for him. The confidence is up. No pressure really in this. Just a bit of fun and a bit of bragging rights between pals. Let's get a look.
Yeah, like, pop, making sure he's widening its stance and landing that little re-entry floater and then grabbing that
Saw the
called
cable.
yeah.
He just wanted some of it.
Yeah, might climb up. But what a great idea to have those lights above and on the surfer. It's just something new, something different, and obviously attracting the crowd. Because like a lot of people were driving down from you know, Hossegor or even the neighboring towns. As you said, there's not going to be the Challenger Series in Hossegor, so people are in Anglet to make sure to see the best European surfer, and that's why they are the best.
Hammer from Cousinet. Duro, whoa, getting tricky. A lot of people driving down from Hossegor, overtaking us, Archie.
Yeah.
We were in the Landy. She was doing about 85 k's an hour.
Yeah, downhill. You know, and we were having a head down just to get.
Is there a minimum speed for the autoroute in France?
Probably, but I haven't heard of. No, it's good. It's really, people are really happy to get some contest happening, some show, and it's showing. I mean, you don't get a crowd that big if you know, like people are you know, fed up about what's happening.
Back on the Landy. Did you have much trouble getting it in the VIP car park, or spaces are quite tight?
Well, when you have pole events on board, you know, all doors are opening, so you instantly recognize. Oh, it's good. It's good.
Travelling in style to Anglet and enjoying very stylish performances from the likes of this man right here, Kylian Guérin. Belts it and just gets that body whip, slightly overcooks it. A relatively routine turn for him. There's a routine look at the fins. Come on, mate, there's nothing wrong with the fins. And he'll paddle back out. Husano's been quiet, Archie?
Yeah, but always be quiet with calm waters. He's like, he's deadly when he's on. He's having a chat with his buddies, but he's been one of the on-form surfers the last few years, you know. We were talking about Gatien, and Johan just nearly running over Kylian, but Maxime probably trying to pick his wave. You know, different strategy. We see Kylian, Johan, and Gatien picking up everything that comes their way.
Ooh, really late takeoff, and that one fizzles away. But the lead now with Cousinet, and that big hammer on the right hand, the big layback, fired up without maneuver, used the speed, used the power. 5.83 for Jorgen. Gets him in the driving seat in this one. Cousinet, good numbers on the board. He's got about 1.5 points of spread between him and Gatien Delahaye. It's been those two doing most of the good work really in this one so far. 10 minutes gone in this heat. Seen loads of waves ridden, Arch.
Yeah, they're getting busy. They have their strategy. And he's waiting on that section to build up, to get a bit more vertical, and then eyeing that section he knows he can do, and that big layback snap, perfectly controlled, making sure he's going past our water to get the completion. Good surfing there from Jorgen, and with a single turn is 5.83.
All right, well, right now we're watching the boys making their best efforts out here at Anglet. Someone who did that in the previous heat for the women is Pauline Addo, and she's standing by for a chat.
Hi, we are here with Pauline Popoado, local hero from Anglet. Pauline, how are the waves? How is it surfing by night? Can you please explain to the audience how different it is from during the day?
Yeah, it's really tricky. As you can imagine, it's really hard to see the waves. So the light helps, but actually you can see the waves when they break, but you cannot see them coming. So you have to be really on your toes and try to move really fast. And also, so this light is really, like, I think, beautiful when you watch us, but when you are sitting on your board, it kind of blinds you. So I was trying to look away and try to pick up my waves, but yeah, it was really good fun actually, and it's crazy good atmosphere. A lot of people, a lot of kids coming and asking for photos, so it's really good fun.
It's good to be home, huh? And you're partnering with local French surfer as well, Romain Lollet, and representing Surfrider Foundation. Can you tell us a bit about the foundation?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people know Surfrider already. They do a really good job. They are known worldwide. They protect anything related to the ocean, really. So, yeah, what they do a lot is the beach cleanings. Yeah, I try to get involved in them. It's always a good way to make people aware of all the plastic waste we find in our beaches. So yeah, I try to make some things with them, and so hopefully we can get a good result and get a little bit of money for them to do even more.
Yeah, we watch Romain's hit and waves, and hope you will get through the final. Thanks, Pauline.
Thank you.
Yeah, Popo. Arch, you've been a long-time supporter of Surfrider.
Yep.
Have I seen photos of you at the big manifestation against the nuclear tests with Maurice Cole and Tom Curran back in the day with a mullet and a Surfrider t-shirt?
Oh, could
that
well
you?
be. You know, my memories of...
Oh, come on, mate.
No, but Pauline said something that the prize money for the night surfing will be given to the winners, and the winners can choose an association of their choice.
What a good gesture.
Yeah, so obviously Pauline Adder said the Surfrider Foundation. I think Maud and Joanne are giving it to Save the Mermaid, Save la Mermaid. And, you know, every team has picked an association where, you know, they can be helping the good cause.
Well, who would you choose, Arch, if you won the commentary prize? Who would you donate your fee to? Oh, who's to know? Oh, casual as you like. Ah! And it almost gets it done. Not quite. Which ASSO are you going for?
Oh, definitely one little ASSO locally. They're spotting dolphins, and they're based in the Basque Country, Setesy, and they just looking after an injured animal and making, you know, the counting.
Oh, Delahaye going mad!
Ah, good.
Just wafting the tail, big backhand. Reverse out of the lip, tail high, fins free. Shrapnel for Houssaino, really, 273. I reckon a good number coming for Gatien Delay, because he went nuts on the backhand. We know all about him in windy lefts.
Yeah,
once again.
We knew that was coming. The judges, they were like keeping the score down. I mean, they love the hacking, they love the, you know, the strong turn, but that's what they want to see, and that's what the crowd wants to see. You know, vertical above the lip, little bit of a climb there from
a lot bit of a climb. He's excited, he's feeling it, he's fired up, so's our crowd here. I heard someone throwing out numbers up towards the 20,000 mark for spectators on this promenade at Anglet. And it is a massive scene, throngs of the public really enjoying the show and really enjoying the beautiful scene of surfers going hammer and tongs at the famous beach breaks of Anglet.
It's gonna be one of the record in crowd showing, Paul, in southwest of France on a single day. You know, like we're talking about couple of hour competition, as you said, 20,000 plus crowd to go and see the French best. On screen now, Johan Duru trying to get some speed. Ooh, nice. Unfortunately, getting unstuck on the rotation, but good height.
We've seen a bit of that. Maxine almost did the identical thing, obviously in the reverse direction. And I think the key word there, Archie, you mentioned speed. Just not quite getting enough to go into the move and not quite having the speed just to really stick the landing, get the rotation done, but just not really the momentum to come out of it. And if someone sticks one of them, the numbers will be big. So 6'5" for Gatien, but him with a very technical maneuver, not loads of height do it. He almost kind of got a lot of that rotation done while he was still doing his bottom turn. So if someone is able to legitimately go high above the lip. Even bigger numbers yet to come. Can't wait to see it unfold.
Yeah, it's good, looking good for Team Dakar. And Gatien was teaming up with Tya. Tya got like 4.2 on the previous heat, so the total will be now above 10 out of 20. So definitely pole position for Team Dakar, Tya and Gatien, but we got plenty of time on the clock, another 17 minutes, and Jorgen Cousinet with a 5.83 is on the chase.
All right, what do we got here? Who's to know? Tons of speed. Flicks one. Tries to throw the tail, loses control. He'll just throw that one away. The famous phare d'Anglet.
Yep.
And that pretty much makes the sort of demarcation between the towns of Anglet and Biarritz, just to the south of us. From whence the coastline takes a bit of a curve, bends around.
That's gonna be a nice interview, Caroline, with Tya.
Hi guys, we are here with Tya Zebrowski, future French star of surfing. Tya, how was it? Is it hard to surf by night?
It's my first time, so yeah, it's a bit hard, but it was okay.
Tya is only 11 years old, and I'm sure it was a bit hard to surf out there. You had a few waves. It's going to depend now on your partner. So maybe you're going to go to the final. We see this. Are you still motivated? Do you believe in it?
Yeah, I'm still motivated. I think he's gonna do a good score. I hope. And yeah.
Well, I wish you good luck, and I hope to see you in the final. Thank you, Tya.
I got a new favourite surfer. She is awesome. 11 years old, ripping at night with some of the very best surfers from Europe. Former CT talent, a lot of incredible surf talent out in the water, and she's taken it all in her stride, really enjoying it. Tya Zebrowski, a great performance from her.
The dad and mom just on the background. Great. Ooh! Big rotation there from Gatien. Unfortunately, getting stuck. Huh?
Well, he's just had a little taste of it, and he's got the number as well, so he's thinking, I've already got the 6.5, and he just wants more like that. He'll want a section a little steeper with a little bit more speed as well, and want to do more of the same. And we talked about that turn that he's got absolutely on lock, that backhand turn. He homed that windy lefty, Surf La Moule in Guadeloupe, and that is a trademark turn, and it's won him a lot of heats down the years, and, well, he's not afraid to use it even under the lights at night. And on Get Live action here, Maxime Houssaneau clawing his way down the line, finds a lip, bang, and he'll flick one around, get the reverse done, and nice control from him. Look how easy he picks up the speed and get a little bonus inside. Houssaneau clicks the finish too. Nicely done, Archie.
Yeah, he did the work. Probably, I'd say, knowing him, he'll be a bit disappointed that he couldn't get more elevation on that first hair, so he's gonna paddle hard back in the lineup. He wants to show a bit more of his surfing and certainly increase those scores. But Maxime, you know, so regular, so constant on the constant scene. He's been there for years, and he's still in contention again this year for the Challenger qualification. As we see the replay, good wave selection there, passing that first section, eyeing that one, probably, you know, not really cooperating, but nonetheless, he still believes he can make the inside. Again, working, pumping, and then hitting that last ramp. Again, not big elevation on that last re-entry, but no, good surfing nonetheless from Maxime there. At the Kilian hitting the lip, but nothing much after that for the young Hossegor surfer.
Go out, the quick hit, one manoeuvres, I don't mind it, as long as they're big, taking risk. And by now, these surfers having caught a few waves, having a few scores read out, they're just starting to get more and more into that heat mode, kind of surfing towards a score. Let's get a look at him here. See the intensity with the paddle. And he just got that bobble before he got to that section. Did well to hang on Archie. The back foot almost came off there. Did well to cling on to it. Some nice technical stuff from him. Maybe just that speed. As that wave had a little warble through it. Just kind of held him up a bit. Here he is again on the inside. Nice steep bowl. And all he can do is kick out.
Definitely, he's going to be in contention.
Kuzine, here he goes. Yeah, big section out the back, stands on the tail because he wants the wave to stand up, and he'll just get a little carve done, looking down the line. Has he got a ramp? Bang! Another big hammer from him, layback. That one incomplete.
Yeah, he got 5.83 for a similar move earlier in the heat, so maybe he wants to, but as you said earlier on the wave, he was waiting for something else on the wave. He was waiting for obviously a ramp. It's when they stand up on their back foot, that means they're waiting. They're waiting for the wave to build up, and as soon as they put the forward speed, it can go big. Gatien there getting a wave, but it's not going to improve on our best score. We are only taking the best score of each surfer for a team total. That will add up with the best score of the women, and with just more than 10 minutes remaining, we've got Gatien leading the heat.
Yeah, he's looking good, he's looking comfortable. He's looking in control, and so far with that very healthy number, Duru stands on the tail. He wants a section, he'll see one, and then he'll try to get the speed to go at it. Bang! Just the snap really from him is all he's able to do.
He's been surprising, Johan Duru. We know how lethal he can be when it's big, and especially on his backhand, but he's been working hard on his hair game. Unfortunately, they're not finding the ramp, but he's got all the tools to impress the judges, and I'm sure he was looking for some air.
Yeah, it didn't go great at Lacanau. I had a little bit to say about it as well. Wasn't too happy with the judging on. I don't mind that. Quite like that. I like the intensity. You want the passion. You don't want people to be happy about losing, No, and it still matters to him. That's not. It's a relatively low-level event. Lacanau on the QS, and nevertheless, Johan, he's fired up. He's got that intensity.
He's a competitor. He's here obviously because he loves surfing. He loves competing, but he wants to win. So sometimes things go your way. Sometimes they go against you. So I'm sure he forgot that. He's already projecting himself for the more important contest. We're talking Anglet will be a 3,000 compared to Lacanau 1,000, so it's the first big contest of the year for the European crew, so it's gonna be of massive importance for the ranking.
Attention, big rotation delay, comes unstuck. We had the glimpse of Lule, the local legend, prior to that. Pauline Nadeau put him in good stead, Lole, but he's not done much to back her up. Meanwhile, where's Husino taking it?
He's having a ball. They're all trying to find that ramp. They know, ooh, someone's getting hammered.
Shogun.
Yeah.
Kuzine found himself a solid wave. Look at that. He comes up gasping for breath, and he'll take the next one. And no, this isn't Pio Hupu'u, as I notice everyone's sticking very faithfully to that correct pronunciation on the broadcast. This is Anglet, this is the club. There's still some power out there, Arch.
Yeah. No, he was a bit late trying to confront that falling lip. Unfortunately for him, it's the lip who won.
Kuzine, always deadly in any kind of condition. And an absolute forerunner in qualifying for a number of years from Europe. He's got so close to competing on the QS. Got that wild card entry into J-Bay a couple of years back. Would love to book his slot on tour, where this man's already been for a couple of laps. Duru, he wants back in too. And he'd also like himself a wave to get out of what is at the moment 4th place position in this one. Looking to go up the scale. It's pretty bunched really between 3rd all the way down to 6th. There's not a lot in it. Let's see as Duru will go again here.
Doing the paddling effort, he knows time is running out. He'll be disappointed with a 4.5. Do you think they're doing the calculation? They know the top score of the women, so they know their requirement?
Yeah, I'm not so sure. No, they seem very relaxed indeed before paddling out, so I think they're just trying to catch as many waves as possible. Guerra slashing. I'd quite like to see an award just for most waves served.
Yep, keeping busy.
Yeah.
Looking at this fin, maybe he's got a bit of an issue since the beginning of the heat, as we have Gatien also. That's a good looking wave. We could have something big there, Paul. Nice, complete reverse. Little different claim there from Gatien.
Sticks it
yeah.
with the front foot, basically cheetah 5-ing up on the nose. Here goes Lole. In the lead coming into this one, along with his town mate, Popo Ado. And Lole, again, a little shove it in to flick out. He's not had great sections as Lole. This man has, though, De La Haye. He's going great guns. 6.5 for him, live action. Duru on the left, what's he got? Bang! Smoothly done, a flat rotation. It is polished from Duru. Let's see how the judges like it. He's going to be back in the rip and try and get straight back out for more.
Yeah, good exchange there from both surfers. Gatien probably still in the lead with a bit more amplitude. More difficult air to do. Eyeing that section in, you know, good control. Nice. Yeah, really. Yeah, good control. Is he gonna improve on his 6.83 just seconds after? Good control from Johan. Unfortunately, not finding another turn to add to his little reverse. Another great view from the beach, Le Club, with the pier on the foreground, and an interview with Caro with Maud Lecar on the beach.
Yes, we are here with French surfer Maud Lecar. When you were in the water, we had an interview with your partner in your team and in your life, Johan Duru, and he said the best advice he gave you is try to do your reverse. Do your reverse. So what happened out there? You had a few waves, but we didn't see that reverse. Is it hard to see? How do you feel?
Yeah, in the water it's all dark, so it's hard to see the wave and to manage to do a good turn. So I just managed to take some waves, and I didn't really did a good maneuver. I just surfed the waves. So yeah, I should go bigger on the turns and maybe adapt a little bit better with the lights and everything.
Okay, and you're surfing tonight for your own association. You're the only team who has your own association, Save La Mermaid. Do you want to tell us a bit about it?
Yes, I created Save La Mermaid 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago. I created Save La Mermaid because I wanted to do my part to protect the ocean and have my own association to organize events, to some beach cleanup events, and to show that ecologic, it's something accessible and it's something fun and we all can do. So yeah, hopefully we can raise some fund to do some events next time.
So we're going to watch closely the end of the heat and hope Johan is going to do a big score so he can go to the final. Thanks, Maud.
Merci, Caro. Merci.
Duru flaring up, backhand on the inside section. Tried dearly to hang on. won't get a completion. I tell you what, it's been no lack of effort from him. Maxime Hussenot.
Yeah, a bit quiet, the old Maxime. He can do a lot better than this, but as Maud said, it's a bit more difficult than what it looks like on screen. They can be a bit dazzled by those lights on the board, so they have to work harder to get those points, those precious points. We're gonna have our final in a few minutes with the three qualifying team. So far, it looks good for Gatien, Jorgan, and Maxime for the men. Gatien has been really busy. I think he caught, about 10 waves already.
Yeah, he's got a massive number. 8-point ride for Gatien de la Haye. And a real legitimate technical air. Nice and tail high, good distance between himself and the lip. Seen a lot of those kind of reverse turns, just slightly over the lip. That one, proper bit of waft to it, and he knew it too as he landed. That front foot just catching the nose rocker and making sure he got the landing, and he gave a look, looked a little bit like relief. So he's just pleased to be performing close to where he feels he knows he can. Let's check out Guerin. Oh, that was nice.
Yep.
Through the tail fast, throws it away.
Yeah, he really tried to get some air time. Probably maybe pushing a little bit too much, and hit leader again, completing his turn. That's gonna be a logical hit win for Gatien, who is actually now on the European rating or French rating, is the best French surfer.
Dominated, yeah, absolutely blew it up out there. Right-handers, left-handers, throwing down all sorts of maneuvers. And that technical aspect, the progressive surfing that he's got on lock, rewarded big time. Big number, that 8. With the excellent range for Gatien de la Haye. Just the one score counting. He, of course, teaming up with Tya Zebrowski.
Yeah, that's with Tya 4 points, so it's a total of above 12 points. So that's gonna be counting, Paul. That could take them to the final. We have the final rides of the men's heat. Maxime, he wants more. He's got only a few seconds, and the crowd, Gatien, he's probably saying, I've got to prepare for my final, but always good to
he would say, get more of your friends, more selfies. Get the rest of them.
He's gonna get swallowed by the crowd. So many kids, as Caroline Saran was saying on the beach, a lot of young crew, a lot of fans. How good it would be to have, like, a photo with Gatien on your Instagram, Paul.
Oh, hey, I've been trying to get one for a while. Ghosting me a little bit, is Gatien.
Yeah. Oh.
Maybe I'll approach him if he makes the final.
Okay, yeah. All right, so everyone's all smiles from Gatien. Look at the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely loving it. And we talked about coming in with no pressure and just surf an event basically for fun, not really having to deal with implications with points and stuff like that. A chance to express yourself and interact with your audience, right? I mean, our surfers surfing events, a lot of them happen during the week and at locales that they don't always have massive numbers of viewers on the QS. This is huge. One of the biggest crowds certainly he'll have ever surfed in front. And putting a performance like that as well, basically rip this place up with progressive surfing under the lights. It's going to feel good for Gatien de la Haye. We'll pick up a replay of Maxime Hussenot. He's had a nightmare, actually. He's had a shocker.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much apéro before the heat.
Maybe not enough Caraïbos.
Maybe
not enough fraise.
Yeah, la fraise. Jorgan waiting for a ramp. And then that's really straight mark move. That was like his best score of the heat. That lay back re-entry. Maxime doing the hard lines, trying Nice, that was a nice turn. Yeah, really smooth. And unfortunately, only that re-entry will be enough to compete with the 8 point of Gatien or the 6.83 of Jorgan. So we have like that recap of the heat before these guys hit the water again. That was really early days in the heat, Paul, with like the typical vertical surfing and elastic from Jorgan. Johan also really kept busy, really putting everything into that turn, unfortunately getting unstuck and completion. Gatien really busy from the beginning. He caught the most wave, and that paid off with the best scoring wave of the heat.
Trying to pull the balloon down though. I wonder if there's a points fine for that. Get a deduction maybe.
Yeah.
Don't pull the balloon, Gatien.
And the local hero,
yeah, lol.
Lole, showing how it's done. Good control from a surfer from Anglet. Navigating through his friends and competitor.
Yeah, that expression, what did the Romans ever do for us? What did the Romains do for us? Loads. Loads and loads. What a legend.
Yep.
Love having him part of the commentary team here in Anglet. He'll be joining us late in the week for the QS right now. He has been ripping out in the water, but not quite as much as this man who blew it up, Delahaye. Causing a surf well too. Right from the get-go all the way to the back half of the heat. Good enough for a second, putting some big points on the board as well. Houzenet just loves to find sections and do these kind of maneuvers, Arch.
Yeah,
that was points.
Oh yeah, he did that twice, just showing the judges, you know, his expertise on those strong layback. Kylian Garin was also busy during that heat, but not on that wave. That was difficult. Maxime, a bit quiet. We like to see Maxime get more successful rating on his maneuver, but we'll see. And that was Gatien again, really controlling and you know, waving to the crowd. They had to fight those conditions. They had to settle, I have to say, with that inside section because of the location of the light bulb. But nevertheless, they found some gems. It's not easy. It's dark. They got a little bit dazzled by those lights on their board. But they made the effort to entertain the crowd and to make sure it's a great show. Great turn, great control from Kylian there on that re-entry. And here we go. I think that's the 8th, the best wave of the heat. Not that one. No, that was just before. He kept on. You know, he looked at that bubble and he wants to take it down. Yeah.
Great intensity from Gatien Delahaye, and putting himself and his team in great contention towards that final. We've seen everyone surf, Archie, the men and the women. They've had a shot. It's been really impressive and entertaining so far, and it sets us up for a pretty decent looking final. We're going to talk about our surfers coming up in the final. We're going to bring you that live from Anglet, the Caraïbos surf to Nuit. All of that coming right after the break.
ce qui m'arrive, mais je fais n'importe quoi.
Ah bon?
Pourtant tu sais, le long de la semaine, je sais me tenir à carreau.
Bah j'espère bien.
Mais il suffit qu'en moi soudain revienne le grain de beauté que tu caches au creux de ton dos, pour que d'un coup je danse et chante comme un fou. Mais quand
Allez, Turan, ça arrive, vite, 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 vite. Allez, champion, lève-toi, pousse, 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 pousse.
Summer, we've missed you. Rip curl.
Alors, c'est cool? Bonjour!
We're on our holidays. School is over and it's time for better days. I get bored on my own. Summer's not a time to be all alone. Play out with me. Play out with me. Play out with me.
Yes, that time again. Leveling up, doing my thing. Yes, that time again. Defending the title, king of the ring. It's that time again. Don't wanna win, I'm cutting you off, cause it's that time again. Yeah, it's that time again. Yeah, it's that time again. Leveling up, doing my thing. Yes, that time again. Defending the title, king of the ring. It's that time again.
The beach goes absolutely wild. The scene has erupted at lower trestles.
Rip curl.
Welcome back to Caraïbos Surf de Nuit Anglet, where the only people having more fun than myself, Paul Evans, and him, Archie JK, is Vi Malama and Nicola. Is there anything they didn't get up to in Anglet? They love it.
Surfing,
volleyball,
beach volley,
ice hockey,
forest walking,
cheese on a stick,
yoga.
All right, our finalists are getting ready, and maybe see a little bit more game face as things get a little serious. Let's check out our athletes getting ready to go back into the lineup. That man there, Gessia De La Haye, my new favorite surfer, Tya Zebrowski, who is epic, Letty Canales. Very precise, Archie, and she'll be looking to find some quality waves and to get on the tools. Pauline Addo, of course, Team Anglet, the local heroes. They're all smiles.
Yeah, and they are the heat. So now they know what they're up against.
I think Roman needs to pull his socks up a little bit here.
Yeah, he will, you know. It's,
Popo carried him into that final.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
He's keeping the best for the end, I'm sure. Yeah,
classic lol.
They're having a chat, maybe adapting, you know, the strategy. No pressure, as we said, but prize money for, you know, association doing good for the environment. They'll be able to give that to Surf Rider, Save La Mermaid.
No pressure if you don't win, but mermaids die. So,
yep.
Yeah. if you want mermaid blood on your hands, go and surf badly and get twos. Little glimpse there of Rob Gunning, our guru and leader, just running the show. A lot of people hot-footing down from La Gironde, from Lacanau.
Yep, yeah.
To be here for this event.
Yeah, because as you mentioned, now it's all smile for Jorgen Cousinet, but in a matter of a couple of days, it's going to be a different story. Pressure will build on for the 3000 WQS. It's a lot of points at stake, a lot of points for qualification, so pressure will build on the sand and in the lineup as we have our finalists making their way to the sandbank. They'll have to cross the massive crowd, Paul, as we have Maximus now probably not making it to the final, just playing with autograph. Gatien with 8 points is going to be the man to beat in that final, Paul, with an impressive air game as we got DJ entertaining the crowd. 20,000 plus, that's going to be a record.
Yeah, loving the atmos down here at Anglet. Caraïbos Surf de Nuit hasn't let us down for 2022. Midsummer event can sometimes be troubled with conditions. Sometimes there's not enough surf. Sometimes there's a little too much. That's what happened last year. We had a big storm blow through. As we see, just treading their way carefully through the crowd. Letty, also Popo and Tya treading their way down, getting nice applause from the crowd.
That's, you know, it's, you got the oldest surfer on the circuit with the youngest. Bit of a, as you said, passing of the flame. Is that
passing of the lead?
Of the lead. Thank you. Team Duru and Maud Lecar also on the final. Team Anglet with Romain Lole Paulinado. A lot of talented surfer in the water. And now they know they have time to adapt. First heat was all about discovery for most of them. Paulinado mentioned she got dazzled a few times by the lights, so now we'll see if they can find their way a bit better to the best breaking wave, because we had some set wave, we had some big score, so look for a great final to that Anglet Surf de Nuit Caraïbos presented by Rip Curl, using that rip along the La Digue, along the rocks. Always easier, Paul.
So setting up for our final here, and it's been really fun and entertaining so far. We've seen a little bit of everything. A bunch of aerial maneuvers from our men in the last heat. Some great aggression into the lip all round. Let's see how we go. You can just see a little bit of that kind of spew head back towards shore. There's a little on shore just kind of blowing through. It's crumbling the lips a little. It's providing little white watery takeoffs. And what our surfers are really hoping for is those little double up bowls. Just really that one section on the inside right now, just where we are with our lights and stuff like that. And now with a bit of read on conditions, our surfers getting out for the final. Push there from Gatien.
Yeah, he's gonna be helping Tya. She's only 11, probably a little bit impressed by the condition. Night surfing, never easy. But here we are. Team Dakine, Tya with Gatien. The locals, Paulinado with Romain Lole. He's gonna go for it for sure. And nice also Team Sorus with Jorgen and Lessien. So how long have we got for that final, Paul? You reckon another 35 minutes?
Yeah, seems fair to me.
Yeah. Plenty. Now the paddle out is not that hard. Plenty of time to catch plenty of waves. We had Gatien going into a flurry in his heat, surfing more than 10 waves. That's more enough to get the scores. And condition pretty similar, but as you spotted rightfully, Paul, a bit more onshore and a bit more of a trouble surface. Will it make it more difficult as the tide is pushing in? So maybe we're gonna get more of those inside balls where, you know, that's what the surfer have been looking for, to launch those airs and to get getting busy. Oh, but that's last hit. I think that's Kylian Guerin making his way.
Guerin loves it so much. He didn't even want to get out of the water. He's hung around pretty much until the final because he's just having so much fun surfing. Nuit. As we see, 3 teams of 2, 6 surfers in the water. Caraïbos, Anglet Surf the Nuit, presented by Ripco, about to fire up. As we see, Jorgen Cousinet took an eternity to get to his feet.
He was waiting for the start buzzer. You know, cunning. He was like on the counting, and I'll let go the rail on the go. Blue for the Anglet team, Paulinado and Romain Lollet. Gatien, I'm sure, having a couple of words to reassure Tya. But she's been surfing good in her heat previous to the final, so she can really unload on certain turns. You know, I'd really like her to get like a good wave to show people watching the young talent. Only 11, and Gatien again getting busy early in the final. Well, launched on that hair that paid off just before, as we're gonna head back to the beach for a little interview with Caroline Saran. Vas-y Caro, dès que tu es prêt, à toi.
Hi, we are here with Anaïs Blanchard, a young surfer from the Caribbean. She just won today the Rip Curl Grom Search under 16. Anaïs, how do you feel about your victory today?
Je suis super contente d'avoir gagné à Grom Search. C'est cool de ramener un titre à la maison et représenter Saint-Barth. Et voilà.
So Anaïs said she's really happy to have won the contest and to bring back the title back to the Caribbean in Saint-Barthélemy, where she's from. And today it was the first time I think she surfed during the Anglet Surf Pro de Nuit. So how was it surfing during the dark?
C'est très dur, très difficile. On voit pas les vagues, mais c'est très très fun. Trop bien de surfer avec les pros et tout. C'est trop fun, trop bien.
Okay, she said it's really hard to surf in the dark because you can't see anything, but it's at the same time really fun because she's surfing with the pro and she's still really young, and she had a blast. So I think it was a good night and a really good day for you. Good job, Anaïs, for today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Where would you get a setup like this? You know, with lights, enable you to surf at night. You know, only in
I can think of a place, mate, Anglet.
Yeah,
that's why we love it.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's just one of the reasons. All right, what do we got? Romain Lollet.
Allez, Romain.
He loves it. And he's flying down the line, looking very fetching in the blue.
A bit of green, blue, and just a nice contrast. It's gonna make his way, but they seem to have a little bit less light than, or is it my eyes, Paul? Looks
could be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Could be a bit of both, mate. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Either they're sitting quite far out. Maybe someone's popped a balloon. Maybe Gatien Delahaye, cheeky devil, has finally had his wicked way with that balloon. He's popped it.
He shot the balloon.
No, there we go. That's a bit more like it. So they're basically just sitting a little further out arch, I think.
Yeah, they want to catch the set wave and just unload on the inside, just underneath that big balloon, big lead.
Contest directors having a quick word for the palette. No second reef because it's completely dark out there. So stick to the inside. Show us what you can do. Crowds very much in anticipation for this.
Tya paddling, no, difficult to read the wave, I can tell you, when the, knowing how good those surfers are. Gatien having a look, having a sniff, and well, wave selection is difficult, obviously.
Why do you reckon night surfing so popular with the crowd, actually, compared with day surfing?
Well, it's...
Sport looks better under the floodlights, doesn't it?
I mean, it's a package, Paul. You come, you have a little apéro, you have the sunset, you have the DJ, you have the, best surfer just, feet away from you, and then you get like the Instagram, the selfies. It's all a big party. It's really a surfing party, and we saw like the girls before in the first heat just surfing hands to hand. So it's a nice change from the competitive pressure.
Is it the Nocturnal Action Sports Fest for the TikTok generation?
Oh well, that could well be. It's certainly gonna get some views and some followers and.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And maybe a write-up from you in the Sud-Ouest?
Well,
hold the front page.
Yeah, no, well, I'm more north of the border kind of man. So I'll leave my colleague from Sud-Ouest from the Basque Country. I'm sure they're following and pretty impressed also, I think, by the crowd. That's gonna be a pleasing result from that year edition. Plus we have the swell, even if now it gets a bit more complicated with that onshore wind, that tide pushing in, but I'm sure we're gonna see more action. 28 minutes.
What other events from around the world, you can have your pick of any event existing or make one up, would you like to see switch to the night surf format? So any event, big wave, small wave, championship tour or otherwise, what would you like to see at night, Archie?
I think the big wave will be too much of a logistical problem, but we
come on, mate. I'm daring you to dream. Don't
but I'm about to dream. What about Chopo?
Oh, hello.
Huh? I'm sure
there
you could. Yeah, there you go. It'll be easier, I think.
Yeah.
And I think they've done it before. We saw some footage of pro surfer going like in dark or with lights.
Jamie O'Brien holding a flare.
Yeah, exactly. So here you go. And what about you?
Yeah, Nazare.
Nazare. Oh, there's a bit of a death wish on the surf. Oh no, it's a 40 foot outside, just on the dark. Jet ski assist or no jet ski assist?
Do you know what? They would look good with the lights on, wouldn't they? They would look really cool all lit up. Here we go, looking good, all lit up. Gatien, delay, no delay from his maneuver selection as he flicks the tail. Was slightly less than convincing than his big 8 in the previous for the forehand effort. Nevertheless, another completion from him who's ridden an absolute ton of waves. And he's looking a very fine fettle out here in our final Anglet, Surf de Nuit.
Yeah, good whiff selection again for Gatien. I'm sure he would have liked to get a bit more altitude and more rotation, but still it's a completed maneuver, and in those conditions that's gonna be an important score. 6 points for Gatien.
Ado on the prowl, looking at like a caged tiger, just prowling the lineup. She knows so well. Ado throwing a big number, big turns in her heat earlier on. That's why she's in the final alongside Roman Lole.
How far you reckon they can see at the back as we got Jorgen Cousinet? Ooh, Bit of an ankle twist. You don't want to enjoy yourself. It looks all fine. How far can you see the wave coming? Even with the bulb?
Yeah, not very.
Yeah.
I reckon 10, maybe 10 or so meters, maybe 15 at stretch.
Yeah, you gotta really be on your toe and quick to react.
I'm not sure if Caraïbos do a carrot juice, if it is currently available. But if it is, it will help with your night surfing.
Yeah.
As we see Tya Zebrowski laying down some rail attack. Here goes Ado. Nice deep section for Popo on a rail, slashing back to the pocket. The head somehow gets kind of below the waist. And a sort of semi-unintentional kick out there from Pauline.
Yeah, she won't be happy with that last ride, but she's got plenty of time to go for the win.
Il reste un peu plus de 25 minutes.
So Gassian with the 6 in for his right-hander. So just carrying on with the momentum. No mercy, just relentless delay as he throws up numbers again in this one. And we are going to add up the combined score for the final. He, of course, teaming up with Tya. Let's see what numbers she can post. It will be a team effort for this final. Top score out of 20, a wave from each surfer.
And Gassian having, you know, words of advice for Tya. Having a chat, really. So having a chat with Romain.
Il reste 24 minutes.
Tya just following Gassian. It's probably gonna pick a wave. Will be a good strategy to open a score for, you know, that final. Again, completed bit of body surfing toward the shore. To the sound of a DJ on the beach and to entertain the crowd. So it's a, you know, really big night. There'll be plenty of action during the week too. Swell looking pretty good for the WQS by you know, we'll probably kick off as usual on Tuesday, and then to the finals.
You got a favourite DJ, Archie? What have you been listening to lately? What's on rotation on your Spotify? What's on your playlist?
Oh, I'm old-fashioned, you know.
Yeah, what have you got?
Yeah,
I don't mind that.
Yeah, good old Neil Young, you know, and then to fire up a bit more, you know, rock and roll, good old rock and roll. What about you? What's your tunes at the moment?
Yeah, a lot of classical.
Yeah, good. I like that. Just like relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mainly for the anger, really.
Yeah.
Mainly for the anger management.
Keeps the kids away. What is he listening?
Some of it's quite unsettling as well, quite frightening. Here we go, big paddle here from Zebrowski, and she's got good speed, flying down the line. And she wraps a turn, gives it a little tap, squeezes out the speed. Great looking inside, bang. Gets the finish as well, and she'll get a little squeeze off the white water to finish. Good stuff. So she's put up a number now to go alongside the high score from her teammate, Delay.
Yeah. It's probably for her the hard to adapt, considering, you know, experience in surfing. The others, they probably surf all kind of condition, and it's challenging, that night surfing for the 11-year-old. But nonetheless, she got a good wave. She's gonna get a you know, decent score on the board, with Gassian just leading the proceeding with the men. It's gonna add up in serious score for the win.
Yeah, so her 2 will go alongside the 6 for Gassian, and that's an 8 at the moment. More than good enough for the lead. There's the scene from the crowd. Bit of cuddling going on, and a lot of enjoying of surfing lit up out in the famous break known as Club, as we see a surfer who's very well known around these parts, local hero, Romain Lollet. Nice technical, gets the drift on the fins, gets the release, doesn't get a landing.
Yeah, that was the section to do it anywhere. That was a good try from Romain. Fortunately, getting stuck, digging that rail, but shows that the conditions are hard to surf. You're combining, the darkness with a wind that has picked up the last, couple of minutes. You can see the white water just moving around, a little bit of...
Yeah, it's also quite late, Archie. What time's bedtime? What time does Archie normally hit the hay?
Oh, I'm an early bird, as we got Maxime all smile with Caroline. Vas-y.
Hi, I'm here with French surfer Maxime Usno. Maxime, it was tough condition. What do you feel surfing in the dark, like here in the Surf Pro?
Yeah, it was fun. It's so different than what we used to, so it was already pretty funny to hear surf scores and everything. When it's completely dark, it's like completely another world. So it was funny to be with just a few friends and trying to find where were the waves, because we couldn't see anything. But we all had fun, and this is all it's about.
And tonight you were representing as well an association. Do you want to say a few words about it?
Yeah, it's really nice. Panassi is doing a great work here on the Basque Country, and they help on all the people with disease problem or even with really down time, and by bringing them to the beach and taking care of them and try to give them a little bit of the surf therapy, surf culture, and that really helps the mind. And the study have proved that it's working really well. Surfing brings happiness and helps all the mental disease. So this is a really nice way to try to help the people, and I hope they're going to do well in the future.
Okay, and this year you're doing a great job so far on the Challenger Series. You had a few good results. How do you feel for the end of the year?
Yeah, I feel great. This is by far my best year, and I really feel in great shape and great form. So hopefully I can just have a great end year. I'm looking forward. I have really good boards, and I'm feeling really good. So I can't wait just to surf and showcase everyone what I can do here.
Well, thank you, Maxime, and I wish you good luck for the end of the year. Thank you.
Great stuff, Husano. Going great guns, trying to put together that elusive, consistent year. Getting the qualification done for the 2023 CT. We're going to see him in action in the Challenger Series back in Ribeira de Las, Portugal. It's coming up 1st of October. Loads to bring you on World Surf League before that happens. Of course, we've got the Rip Curl WSL Finals in early September. We've decided 5 men and 5 women for that. It is coming up from Lower Trestles, Rip Curl WSL Finals.
So they will have the Portugal Challenger event, then one more Challenger series in Hawaii, is that correct?
Yeah, Brazil as well.
Brazil, so they got three events left to secure those qualifying spots. So definitely a big event for all the European contingent in Portugal.
Yep, absolutely. Really interesting, fun end to the season as we'll pick up the end of Paulinado to surf the way down on the left-hander. Ramanole prowling out the back. Where's Popo? Looking to find his teammate. A little conference for tactics. Nothing really on the board.
No wave of consequence surf during the interview, as we see Romain is trying to find a gem in the chaos, which doesn't look easy. If he can't do it, well, not a lot of people can. And crowd, that's the crowd on the famous Anglet boardwalk, and you got like thousands of people down the beach. So it's happening in the water, on the sand, and on the pavement.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of parties, more parties after that final pole.
Well, yeah, we were just talking about bedtime. It's quite late for sport, isn't it? Right now, what are we? 11 something local time, 11:30 maybe.
Yep. Yeah.
And you were just telling us bedtime for you. Normally, you like to get tucked in about 10 o'clock, 9:45.
Oh yeah, I'm an early bird and getting busy. I like to get busy in the morning, so I don't like to, Here, the local culture, people go to eat at 11, as you see, and they're starting to go out to nightclub or party around 1. Oh, Gatien again, just controlling that heat is gonna probably improve on that 6 point. And as we speak, Tya getting a jam. And, great turn, first turn. Unfortunately, just probably dazzled by the light. Couldn't see that incoming section, Paul. But that's gonna be some serious score.
I love the team tactics. They paddled together onto that left, and they rode identical waves on the same set. Delahaye lit his up. The backhand rotation done with speed, crucially. Let's see if he improves on a 6. Let's see if Zebrowski can improve on a 2, because she got a first hammer of a turn, and if she got that second turn in,
I think they're gonna be both improving their score, Paul. Especially Tya.
She's surfing top to bottom, wasn't she?
Yep. And as you spotted, they were like sitting close to each other. Great control from Gaëtan, kicking out and right behind it. I like that first turn. Unfortunately, that section, she was going for another big turn, but that's definitely gonna improve her 2 points. So, strong showing, and you saw like on the corner of us, Gatien just doing that great, just pumping.
He was like the boats on the channel at Teahupu, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Just watching on there. And he would have got some spray in the face from Tya. Unfortunately, incomplete on the second maneuver, but does improve, as you thought. She gets 3-1-7, and those two are not only in the lead overall, but they're in first and second in this heat as well, just in terms of the individual scores. So going great guns is Team Dakine thus far in this one. They're not going to bed early tonight, are they?
Yeah.
They're staying up late. They're surfing in the dark. Delahaye pushing off the tail. Will eventually cling on.
I don't know how he made that. I mean, the turn wasn't that great, but the way he holds to his board is like a cat on a board.
Yes, some rubbery limbs. Got some long limbs.
Yep.
Not always someone that's associated with good surfing, the long limbs. We tend to sort of think of generally being sort of that lower centre of gravity towards the board, easier for certain surf manoeuvres. I tell you what, he makes it look very easy using that leverage from that lanky frame. This Gatien, he did improve as well marginally. So add in 3-3 to his 6, and those two way out in front.
Yeah, as we're losing a little bit in the darkness, the other competitors. That's just, really, he nearly sat on his board for a second, and then he doesn't like that ball. He wants to pull it down. But it's all fun and enjoyment in the water. 6.33, so Gatien improved, not on that last wave you just saw, but on those 2 left, taking first one by Gatien, then straight away with Tya. Good positioning, good strategy from the Dakine team.
Just to really just kind of finish up this point, Archie, you're in bed at 10, you've had a nice glass of water, you're hydrated,
yep.
You got a clean set of pyjamas on. What time are you waking up in the morning, mate? What time are you up an atom first thing?
Well,
on a school day, what time's Archie rising and shining and doing his breath work and his meditation and getting his cup of tea going? What are we talking?
I'll be texting you around 6:30 to see if you're awake. And then, just getting a little bit of stretch, getting a bit older. So, you gotta taking, that stretch every day, and then waking up. And, we got both the sea, the ocean not far. So short hike
to check the surf.
He'd be texting me at 6:30 and I'll be saying, oh, afternoon, Archie, where have you been? I've already been surfing,
Yeah,
mate. You missed
no,
it
I have
again.
to say, yeah, you are a really early riser, more than me. But tonight it's all about enjoying the night, because it's a special night here on Anglet. With that swell, we actually lost the surfers. Tya on her own.
Here goes Ado.
Allez, Popo.
She wanted that wave. She liked it. He saw the classic Ado face eyeing up a section. She wanted to have at it, but the wave didn't want to let her on, and she's been quiet in this. Lole, her partner, he's not done much. Letty Canales, she's been basically silent. So low numbers really, apart from that team decline. Just been ripping.
Yeah, it's true. No, not easy to watch the show. Huh? You gotta elbow a few spectators to get a view on the surfers, but that's gonna please the town of Anglet, just bringing all these people for one of the late shows of the summer. It's gonna be soon time to go back to school, back to work. Those ashore are gonna see the tourists go back to the all European cities. So it's one of the big last event of the summer. And this year they had those great waves. Ooh, someone has trouble duck diving. I don't think they can actually see anything anymore. It's that hard. And it must be you know, taking a little bit more energy than normal daylight surfing.
Oh, we've got Gatien again, and here he is, fully illuminated. Bang! Oof. Wow! Just laid into that one and got so far off the tail of his board. It went so quickly that.
Is nyctalope. You know what that means? It's like something, you know, you can see. Animals are they can see on the dark. They can't see on complete darkness, but like a little bit of light. Their eyes, you know, they use that light. But Gatien is probably has this, you know, natural power, because he's been busy and more busy than anyone else in those two heats.
Nice turn there from Jorgan.
Yep.
He still wants to have something to say about this. And we saw Letty on the inside, but I can't see a score coming to her. So I don't know if she got washed in or what happened there.
Yeah, light problems might be out there, but
yeah, most contests, you're getting ready. Talk about your shaper, maybe your physical trainer. This one, your electrician can come into it as well, making sure your lights are working. Bang! Yeah. Great turn from Ado. Just the one maneuver though, Arch.
Yeah, couldn't really go vertical, but still in those conditions, it's gonna improve on her 0, but definitely put her in a 2 or 3 points turn. As we got Zia, who got a really good left considering the condition and the darkness. But it's not so much about the win; it's about having fun. Giving fun to the crowd and getting those prize money to the different associations that they're surfing for tonight. And for Pauline Ado and Romain Lole, it's Surf Rider Foundation, who have been busy for a long time along the Basque Coast or all the Atlantic coast and all the coasts of worldwide. Nice hack. Unfortunately, not more on offer on that right. We were talking about
Letty,
sorry.
Yeah, nice turn from her. Again, nice and vertical. Doesn't get a complete. What's he got for us? He is an absolute wave hog, this man. Woo, pushes hard into the layback, disappears in the white water, and he's not going to claw that one back up, I don't think. Nope, he doesn't. He's caught a ton of waves. Really enjoying himself. Here's Delay. Kuzine moves up with a 5-1-7. So what's Letty got? She can get herself a score on the board. She can put a bit of pressure on Team Dakine.
Yeah, obviously, when you look at you know, the live coverage, when you see Tya or even Romain, they start to paddle on the wave and they don't know where the wave is at. Is that hollow? Is that flat? They're trying their luck on a lot of different waves, so it must be taking a lot of energy. And you rarely see them sitting on their boat, so it must be a little bit of a rip. So they gotta keep paddling to be in position, and you don't want to really leave the light bulb and end up in complete darkness. Even if they're not too far from shore, I'd say they're maximum 60 meters away from the shore. Another wave from Polinado, getting busy with 5 minutes remaining. Well, a little bit of a frustrating. She wants to show the local crowd a bit more of her surfing.
Pauline, good looking entry with a good first turn. Jorgan, we're catching him finishing off. So as we get down towards the latter stages of this final, some comeback energy from Team Souruz and from Team Anglet as well. Here's Jorgan Kuzine.
Yeah, good. I mean, the way there was no potential in that wave. You know, you could see he was going to close up, but he still managed that rotation, that recovery. He's really like a, you know, a cat, just like, you know.
Lole.
Yeah, ooh, Lole going for the, ooh. 4 minutes. One of the last aerial view on the beach of Le Club, the surf club. See that big light bulb just above the surfers. And those swell lines still coming.
Has sort of felt quite a lot like mainly whitewater, hasn't it, tonight?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can remember a contest held in so much whitewater. There's been lots of it, Archie.
Yeah.
Is that a function of the lights?
But I'd say so.
Or is it the spot?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a logical, you know.
It looks like sunset. There's so much whitewater.
Well, they are talking about no white water there. Good clean wave there from Gatien. But unfortunately, no opening face for a big carve. But they're looking good, Paul. Gatien and Tya for the win on that Caraïbos surf de nuit in Anglet.
All right, last 3 minutes now. Still in the lead team, Dakine, Delay, Zebrowski. And they're up close to double figures for their combined total. Right behind them, Kuzine with the 5-1-7. His teammate, Canales, can't see a number assigned to her. Ado's got the 4 in. If Lole can get something on the board, if Ado can improve, there's a lot of waves coming through, a lot of frequency, so this one could turn right at the end.
Yeah, but Gatien has been
He's
really much in control.
Another 6 waves probably in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
She must be knackered.
Yeah. You were talking about bedtime. She's only 11. She must be in bed usually way before this, but it's a special night. She'll be also, if I'm not mistaken, competing in the WQS later this week. So
she is. Bit of a deep stretch. If she can get over the lump here, she might get it inside. And it gets a little fat for Tya.
Yeah, good.
She's rallied hard. Meanwhile, Kuzine, and he's up with a bit between his teeth. And he lets the bit go from between the teeth and kicks out.
Yeah, I reckon, Paul. They're taking off. They're just pumping, but they don't absolutely know what's coming toward.
Whoa, Letty. Looks like she might have run over her teammate, Jorgen Kuzenay there.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, she didn't need a huge number on that wave. She could have got something in the region of a 4. They could have gone into the lead, but she got the first turn done. And then we saw the lead lights from Jorgen as he's duck dived under. And then I think one of her fins maybe just caught him. Yeah. He seemed okay. They had a little look around. She went down.
That goes to show I don't think they can see anything once they...
Maybe she's just a bit annoyed with him. Maybe she's not happy.
You take off and you go for it. You know, it just if you see a good section in front of you, you gotta hit it straight away. Otherwise, you know, you can't really play, you know, your part too much down the line. It's not like you know, daylight surfing. You really gotta adapt to the conditions and the lightning, the dazzling light. So, I mean, considering you know, it's a first for a lot of those guys and girls, it's pretty amazing what they've been showing. Oh, lowly and loading on the just before the buzzer. So could that be a game changer, Paul?
Classic lowly, loves it.
Yeah, and you were calling it. You said like Ponin had the score. Lowly has been quiet. He's been quiet most of the heat, and now he's like doing that rail turn. We'll have a replay on that. Just high five with Jorgen.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for the Anglet Surf de Nuit Caraïbos 2022. It's been highly entertaining. Waiting for scores to come in and make it official. And we're going to get into party mode here as we'll ramp up the tunes and get ready for the presentation as well. An interesting exchange right at the end there, but what a story, really. Big takeaway from me. I know a lot about a lot of these surfers and what they can do. A real glimpse into the future, seeing young Tya Zebrowski. She looks awesome.
Yeah, she was really a standout in those conditions. Caddied by Gatien, that was like good teamwork. Good teamwork also from Pauline and Romain Lollet, but they had the local knowledge advantage. We'll see what the score comes down to for Romain Lollet, but I've got a feeling it's good for Tya and Gatien. I don't know what your thoughts on that, Paul.
Yeah, he needed a 6 something. I'm not sure it's going to go quite there. It's going to be his best wave though.
Yeah.
Let's see what the judging panel thought of it. Our judges were maybe on the Caraïbos cocktails up on the VIP deck just before, so they're feeling pretty happy about the way things are, and they're really enjoying their evening. And we've really enjoyed the surfing. Another chapter of the night surf into the books here from Anglet, and a great chance really to interact with the crowd. We've been talking about it, how many of them there are, but look how young they all are as well. And what a cool moment for surf-stoked Groms to come down, see their favourite surfers, not only see them, but see them glowing, literally glowing, Archie.
Yeah, I think it's important also for the surfer on tour. They don't often get that kind of crowd, so they got the support, they got the autograph. You know, it's probably heartwarming also for them. So it's all a great surfing party tonight. Sharing the stoke, sharing, you know, the surfing vibe with the younger generation. It's all, you know, they're all at 10, 12, 14 there.
All right, let's remind ourselves of our very best rides from the final Caraïbos Anglet Surf de Nuit 2022. That man there is surely going to have a lot of them. Delahaye, he's ripping, Arch.
Yeah, he was really busy. First opening ride, just minutes after the starting buzzer, he got busy. I like, you know, the strategy of the Dakan team. Tya just getting waved right behind Gatien, and that paid off. That was just only a 2 point for Tya, but minutes later, they both
also got a good left, while the rest of the competitor or friends, I would say, more in this format were quite. Gatien had about 30 wave if you add up his first heat and the final, getting really busy. He's fit for the contest ahead later this week. Impressive performance from the surfer from the island, the tropical island of Guadeloupe. And here's that left. He's probably telling Tya, you take the next wave. He got that air control, and right behind him we had Tya doing that great first turn. Oh, that's no, sorry, Gatien again on a replay, and right behind him Tya. Good first turn, unfortunately again stuck on that incoming section, but nevertheless getting that all-important 3.8. So adding up, it's probably the highest total for the team poll, and good chance. This man shooting at the sky, shooting at the stars, shooting at the balloon, and a late reaction from the local team, the blue team, with Paulinado. A good strong turn there, and that was the a good end image there from Jorgan Cousinet and Romain Lollet. Autograph, and they will be making their way to the podium pole, and we'll know shortly who's taking this Caraïbos Surf de Nuit 2022.
Yeah, what a fun final. It's been a really entertaining event and a great way to kick off a festival of surfing which commences this week in Anglet as QS competition returns, an important stop on our European schedule, QS 3000, to be contested for men and women competitors making their way down from Lacanau in the previous week. But right now we're getting a quick commercial break. Come back for more coverage as we wrap up the Caraïbos Surf de Nuit Anglet.
Pas ce qui m'arrive, mais j'ai fait n'importe quoi.
Ah bon?
Pourtant tu sais, le long de la semaine, je sais me tenir à carreau.
Bah j'espère bien.
Mais il suffit qu'en moi soudain revienne le grain de beauté que tu caches au creux de ton dos, pour que d'un coup je danse et chante comme un fou. Mais
Rip curl.
Allez, Turan, ça arrive, là, vite, 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 vite. Allez, champion, lève-toi, pousse, 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 pousse.
Summer, we've missed you.
Alors, c'est cool.
Bonjour.
We're on our holidays. School is over and it's time for better days. I get bored on my own. Summer's not a time to be all alone. Play out with me. Play out with me. Play out with me.
Yes, that time again. Leveling up, doing my thing. Yes, that time again. Defending the title, king of the ring. It's that time again. Don't wanna win, I'm cutting you off, cause it's that time again. Yeah, it's that time again. Yeah, it's that time again. Leveling up, doing my thing. Yes, that time again. Defending the title, king of the ring. It's that time again.
The beach goes absolutely wild. The scene has erupted at Lower Trestles.
You're watching Caraïbos Surf de Nuit 2022, and a big crowd have enjoyed the show with us from Le Club in Anglet, southwest of France. Summertime in Europe, it's been a hot, sweltering one. Not particularly wave-blessed thus far. Well, that was true up until a couple of days ago. We had a big rumbling northwest swell come through, lit up the coast. Things just dialed back a bit today, and the tail end of that swell provided plenty for our competitors. As we, Archie, saw teams featuring a man and a woman, a really cool format. Best score, very simple to understand. Best score from each surfer. And let's have a look at some of those best rides.
Yeah, we started with the ladies, and the one getting busy earlier on was Maud Lecar, trying to get some, section to work with, working hard and managing to find, a good insight. That was the first opening ride, and I'd say little Tya Zebrowski, only 11, just showing how confident and talented she is. Right behind her was Poligado. I don't know, more than not 20 years difference between the two ladies, but close from that. So a bit of a veteran, and the new coming generation. Invited also on that Surf de Nuit was Lucia Martino, as Maud Lecar got busy again with that trademark re-entry, really putting, and that was one of the great image and footage of the night, just sharing a wave. No pressure pull, no, contest vibe. It was all about sharing and having fun and trying to get some prize money for the local association of their choice. And what a strong showing from Tya. She made the final, because right after the women, the men were in the next hit. Maud Lecar busy again, trying to fight the oncoming onshore wind and trying to find also the, some parts of the wave, as you can see, had some light, and some parts were a bit more in the darkness.
Yeah, she served really well though, as did Letty, who went a little quiet in the final, but she looks sharp to me, Letty. She really does. Imagine her on a wave with open sections. She could do real damage. Looks like we're getting ready to go down to our podium as we see our teams making their way up for the prize given. All smiles from Jorgen Kuzenet. And he's had that smile on his dial throughout the evening. It's been a really fun event. See our surfers just showcase what they can do in front of a big crowd in the dark. We talked about the challenges from not being able to see too much. Well, very impressive performances all round, Arch.
Yeah. They've quickly adapted to the condition. As you said, there was a bit of swell in the last few days, so we were blessed with some quite good condition. Unfortunately, the wind picked up, but they didn't seem to mind too much. Jorgen showed, really his talent and
now is one of the top French and European surfer. He's going to be surfing later in the WQS 3000 on that very same beach. Polinado, veteran and local, followed by Romain Lole, a bit of a surf hero here in Anglet. So they look pretty happy with their second place finish. So that means only one thing, Paul. Our winners are, and we'll see them climbing in the podium, prize money just given away to the surfers, and I will go straight to their association. Pauline and Romain have chosen the Surf Rider Foundation. And now the winners, Gaëtan, who's been caddying, Tya, especially during the finals. Great showing, great surfing from both.
Team Dakine are your champions. Caraïbos, Anglet, Surf de Nuit. Gatien absolutely ripped it up. He could have thrown away about 5 or 7 waves that would have all been high scores. Tya is an absolute little ripper. Love the way she surfs. She's just really enjoyed this platform to showcase what she can do. Congratulations, Team Dakine. They're your champions, Archie.
Yep. And well deserved. Good team effort. Yeah, Gatien has been talking a lot to Tya because those conditions are difficult. It was completely darkness out the back. They could use that big bubble to get the inside ones, but really a great show, great surfing from both surfer, and great success with you know, huge crowd attendance, Paul.
Yeah, so a few words there from Gatien. And Osegua is their chosen association, or you could call that charity, or an NGO even in English. Should we have a little listen in?
Yep.
She's epic. I love Tya. What a legend.
Yeah, Sega, it's an association in the French Indies fighting against the toxic seaweed, sargass.
Fight the power. Tya Zebrowski, 11 years old, and just ripping. Imagine what she's going to do when she's all grown. As that man is right now, flying high on the Changers, on the Challenger Series. Gatien Delahaye, good chance of qualifying if he can keep that train going. Let's see how this season, well, the Surf League wraps up. A lot at stake, a lot in the mix. We'll be back in Anglet later this week. Rip Curl, Anglet Pro, an historic chapter of qualifying back at this very beach right here. Archie, you'll be firing up the Landy, and we'll be back in commentary this week, mate. We're coming back in.
Great pleasure.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be broadcasting live.
Yeah, with joining us Romain Lole. We had Caroline Saron on the beach doing those commentary and interviews. So whole team will be ready live for you. Big WQS 3000. Lot of stakes. There was no pressure tonight, only pleasure. But it's gonna be another story in a few days.
So the crowd still enjoying, soaking up the atmos down here. It's pretty late on a Sunday night as we're getting towards the last week of the school holes, and hopefully we're going to have a word in the shell with our winners. Let's see if we can get Carol Sarah in there for a little chat and a little debrief from them. Very worthy winners they have been. You got to think about Gatien, how consistent he was throughout the final, throughout the early round as well. So many ways ridden. This is Remy Shushamishi.
Yeah.
From Dakine.
Yep.
He doesn't mind a photo opportunity, does he?
Yeah.
Saw him have a little free surf before the event as well. Come on, mate, you're not in the contest. Stop pretending.
Oh, well, you know, when you can get a surf, what would you? Yeah. all good vibe. So I see Caroline. Take it away, Caroline.
Yeah, we are here with team winning, Tya Zebrowski and Gatien Delay. Gatien, we didn't get to see you after your first hit because it was really tight with the final. How do you feel about tonight? You had the best wave of the whole Surf de Nuit. What's your feeling?
Great feelings. I had a lot of fun surfing tonight. It was my first time surfing at night, actually, with those lights on the boards, and yeah, it was insane. It was a great event. Thanks to everyone that came down and that watched on the live. And yeah, tonight we won, and we're surfing for Osega. It's a foundation from Guadeloupe against all the seaweed that comes all along the coast the last few years, and we want to get rid of them. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys.
You're bringing back the money to your association with your teammates Tya. I know after the first heat she was a bit disappointed, and you did a great job, so I'm sure she's happy now. So congratulations to you both, and good luck for the contest after in Anglet to you.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, great stuff. Your winners, Team Dakine, and a job well done. A really thoroughly enjoyable event. I think that's going to wrap us up, Archie.
Yeah.
Anything more to add, mate, about bedtimes, waking up?
Oh, we said it all.
Favourite juice flavours, we good?
Yeah, strawberry, it's all.
WorldSurfLeague.com, Friday morning local time. We're back here for QS 3000 qualifying actions. Myself, Paul Evans, him, Archie Jenkin. We'll have Caroline Saran as well, Roman Lole on the team too. We'll see you soon. Take care.